Buying a used car is a great way to save money, but if you want to save the most, well, you're going to want to make sure your car lasts. Thanks to a new iSeeCars analysis of vehicle lifespans, national sales reports, and over 3 million odometer readings, today we're talking about the best used cars that you can buy today. We're sticking to 5-year-old used cars that, on average, still have the longest lifespan left, so you get the most bang for your buck. And starting with, this blue oval SUV edged its way into the Ford lineup, slotting it in between the Escape and the Explorer. It's a jack-of-all-trades 2-row SUV, perfect for comfortable commuting, family hauling, and with the rear seats dropped and decent towing capacity, it's great for home improvement weekend warriors. The Edge packs an efficient turbocharged 4-cylinder good for an EPA estimated 29 miles per gallon on the highway. Or if you spring a little more for the Edge ST model, you get a twin turbocharged V6 that's downright quick, but you'll be stopping for gas a little more often. Driving dynamics and handling are industry average, though the ST model certainly feels more nimble and exciting. iSeeCars estimates the average used 2019 Ford Edge has over 125,000 miles of useful life left on it, considering an average used sales price of $22,636, and all you can do with the Edge, that's a pretty sharp edge and a pretty great deal. Now guys, the Ford Edge, one of my absolute favorite Fords. You can get some great deals on these things. As you can see here, there's some with roughly 111,000 miles for $11,000, 11,400 bucks for 142K. As we scroll, you can see a lot of these are relatively cheap. Now, I've linked to all these ideal deals in our first pinned comment below via AutoTempest, so go check them out and find a deal of the century. The Toyota Avalon was Toyota's largest sedan. Toyota pulled the plug on the Avalon line in 2022, but there are still plenty of great, lightly used Avalons on the road today. It's the Camry's better-equipped bigger brother, a 300 horsepower V6 in a standard, but you can find a 4-cylinder hybrid model from the final production year. The interior is big and luxurious, and the trunk is a whopping 16 cubic feet, enough for 4 golf clubs. It's got a buttery smooth 8-speed automatic and offers Toyota's version of subtle, unpretentious luxury. Even in base trim, the interior features quality materials and finish that outshine a basic Civic or Camry. The Avalon has always attracted an older, more responsible crowd. That's probably why used Avalons are typically well maintained and have a ton of life left. iSeeCars estimates your average 2019 Avalon has over 170,000 miles of useful life left on it. Another iSeeCars report puts the Avalon as the #1 passenger car most likely to last more than 250,000 miles. Toyota Avalons are usually scooped up by old people and their parents, but for the price, people hang on to them forever because they're just such great vehicles. Now, the lowest price one in the nation is $15,897, has 200,000 miles on it, but as we know, that's probably just broken in. Real quick, you can see these things start to go up in price, and after the 6th or 7th on AutoTempest, you're now at $20,000 more. So here's a great one, $20,900 with 103,000 miles. That's probably what I'd be looking to spend on the Toyota Avalon and have a ton of fun miles ahead of you. The Ridgeline is a pickup that bucks truck tradition, but if you can look past the lack of body-on-frame construction and its limited towing capacity compared to its rivals, the Ridgeline is the most livable vehicle with a truck bed money can buy. It handles and behaves more like a crossover SUV than a truck, probably because it shares its platform with the Pilot and Odyssey. In fact, in recent years, we've seen Ford and Hyundai copy Honda's homework with the Maverick and Santa Cruz. They're all livable, comfortable, and fuel-efficient family SUVs that just happen to have a truck bed instead of a trunk. In base trim, the Ridgeline is front-wheel drive only, with all-wheel drive available in higher trim levels. But no matter how many wheels are putting down power, it all comes from a dead reliable Honda V6 under the hood. Now, the average used sales price of a 5-year-old Ridgeline is around $30,000, which makes it the most expensive car on this list. But with an estimated 182,288 useful miles remaining, plus all the versatility and dependability the Ridgeline offers, it's still a great value proposition. Yes, the truck that's not a truck, but is a truck, the Honda Ridgeline. And, well, these are salvaged, but $11,500 is the cheapest one on the market in the US right now. And quickly you see these going up to roughly $20,000. They are actually really great trucks. And for 55,000 miles for $19,997, under 20 grand, that's a hard deal to beat. Man, I would definitely be interested in that one. They're out there and they're relatively cheap for what you get. The 2019 Honda CR-V is a fantastic choice for a used SUV. It's completely practical, dead reliable, and infinitely capable. Under the hood, you get a 4-pot engine that paired with a seamless CVT, which provides decent acceleration and excellent fuel economy. If you need a little more pep, upper trims do come with a turbo. The roomy, comfortable cabin seats 5 adults with plenty of legroom to spare. The cargo space is impressive too, making it easy to haul luggage, outdoor adventure gear, or your monthly Costco pickup. It's easy to see why the CR-V set the high watermark all other crossovers are judged against. iSeeCars estimates used CR-Vs from the last 5 years have over 160,000 miles of useful life left, which should give you about 10 years to enjoy your humble Honda. That's ideal. From one Honda to the next, now we have the CR-V, and the LX is kind of the lowest trim, $13,649. That is the second cheapest one in the nation. Something's hokey with this top one, so I would say that one right there, 131,000 miles. That's about as inexpensive as you're gonna see them. Again, they're trending towards 15,000. 16,000. Here's a great one with 87,000 miles for $15,995, except it's salvage, so never mind, don't buy that one. Never buy a salvaged car. But here's another one, 16,000 with 92,000 miles. So you can definitely get one, especially an EX. That's a great trim package. And with that platinum pearl white, that's what I'm talking about. Again, linked in the first pinned comment if you want to check out any of these ideal deals. The Honda Accord is the full-size sedan with options for everyone. In its most pared-back form, you get a practical and efficient 1.5 turbo 4-pot that will save you money at the pump. The 2-liter turbo has enough power to make your front wheel spin and can be found with a 6-speed manual that'll bring a smile to enthusiast faces. And in hybrid trim, you'll be going a long way in between fuel ups. No matter the powertrain, the driving dynamics are top-notch. The Accord is balanced, stable, and even elegant in its driving characteristics. Don't think for a second it's not practical. The roomy back row can comfortably seat 3 adults, and with 17 cubic feet of cargo space, the trunk is roomier than their first studio apartment. So, 3 Hondas in a row, and this one with 177,000 miles on it for $11,900 is about as cheap as you're gonna find one, except holy mackerel, 2021 hybrid with 359,000 miles on it, listed yesterday. That's gonna be there for never. I mean, someone's gonna pick that up just purely because of the mileage. So as we know, these things can go a boatload of miles, and for the price and for the looks, God, they look really good actually. Look at this 2019 LX. I love the headlight design, and just the overall design language is great. And for 14 grand with 150,000 miles barely broken in, I think you're gonna see a lot of these out there for a very long time because they just go forever. Now for some honorable mentions. None of these cars cracked the top 10 best used car for the money list, but they're still great buys, all boasting well over 100,000 miles of life left on average. Now, if you can get over the funky looks, the Ford Flex is a seriously capable vehicle. The boxy design maximized interior space, and Ford gave the Flex some, quite frankly, awesome powertrain options. In limited trim, it's packing a twin-turbo V6 good for 365 horsepower, all-wheel drive, and better handling than any crossover SUV thanks to its hunkered-down station wagon-inspired design. Ford Flex, this one looks like it used to be a taxi or something. If you can get past the body design language, which the are kind of interesting looking, reminds me kind of like a PT Cruiser, except with 365 horsepower. That's going to be a quick vehicle. Now, as you can see, these things are roughly $10,000, $11,000, $12,000, $13,000, and they keep going up from there. Here's a great one, $14,500. Again, it's title branded. All these good deals, titles branded. Here's one with 252,000 miles for $15,000. So we know they go to the moon and back. And let's see, here we have a good deal. $15,900 with 70,000 miles on it for a Ford Flex SE 2019. So they're out there. If you like Ford, well, here's one for you. The CX-9 was Mazda's original 3-row SUV. It's since been replaced in the lineup, but it's still one of the best handling SUVs around. And that 3rd row is pretty much unusable to anyone over the age of 10, so better to leave it folded down. And if you do, you'll have a sporty 5-seater SUV with plenty of cargo space. It's unfortunate about the CX-9 in the back 3rd row because they are pretty much useless. Now, they are pretty good looking vehicles, and you can get them for great deals. Here's one for 15 grand with 91,000 miles on it, cheapest one in the country. I love that. And as you can see, they don't go up much in price. I mean, here's a few for 15, 16, 17, and they kind of stay around that 17 to 18 mark. for the highest that you can spend. So I think the CX-9, if you can get past its faults, definitely an ideal deal. A 5-year used Pathfinder is a proper 7-seater family bus you can get for a decent price. It leaves a little to be desired in terms of fuel efficiency and handling, but the value proposition of the amount of car that you get for the money makes it an attractive option. Now, honorable mention because these have not aged well, and for 10,000 bucks you can find a 2020 Pathfinder SV. Nissan, what are you doing? Now, for the price, if you need wheels and you need an SUV, this is it. For 10,000 bucks with 75,000 miles on it, I mean, you cannot beat that. But yeah, it is definitely kind of an ugly vehicle and not one that I would recommend it necessarily. But hey, if you need good wheels, not a lot of money, you gotta at least test drive one of these things. And before we get to number 5, if you're interested in learning the right way to buy any of these vehicles, check out our free workshop on the ideal car buying strategies. It's brand new, you have nothing to lose, and you learn how to negotiate like a pro and 9 other crazy things to beat the dealer or another private party and get the best deal on your new ride. Link in the first pinned comment below. Go check it out, you have nothing to lose, and go on to number 5. A 5-year used Outlander should cost you well below 20 grand. Now, it won't wow you with its interior. It's mostly plastic. Both powertrain options deliver below industry average fuel efficiency, but if you want a low frills and no thrills 2-row SUV, this is the cheapest option. While iSeeCars only estimates an Outlander Sport to deliver 114,000 more miles, it still delivers impressive value. In fact, in terms of price per 10,000 miles, the Outlander Sport outperforms the previous entries on my list. I mean, when I was looking at these, I couldn't believe how cheap they were. I mean, here's one, a 2019 Outlander Sport ES for 7,000 bucks with 138,000 miles on it. That is an incredible deal, cheapest one in the nation, and they don't get that much more expensive. Look at all these under 10,000 bucks. There we go, first one for 10 7 or 8 on the Auto Tempest list. That's pretty incredible there, you guys. And these are pretty good looking vehicles, and not a lot of people know about them, which means you kind of have a unique, cool, ideal, dare I say, ride for under 10 grand. Sign me up. If you're looking for another sub 20 grand option, look no further than the Buick Encore. Like the whole Buick brand is something of an in-betweener, feeling more premium than basic economy competitors, but not quite a full-on luxury vehicle, and it's priced accordingly. So you get a comfortable upscale interior, a compact SUV form factor that makes it easy to maneuver and park just about anywhere, and an average used sales price of 18,600 bucks. Considering the fact that you should get nearly 125,000 miles out of this new to you Encore, that's some great value. Now, if you're looking to put the ick in Buick like my dad, well, then you can pick up this Buick Encore Preferred for 8,900 bucks with less than 100,000 miles on it. It's a great deal, and I don't know. Again, this is kind of one of those vehicles that you either love it or hate it for what it is, and I assume most of you guys wouldn't drive a Buick, but if you would, well, here's one for 10,000 bucks, and not a bad looking vehicle. This one with 183,000, you know it goes the distance, but you can get one with relatively low miles for a pretty solid deal. The Insight is Honda's take on a Prius. Like the Prius, it's got maximum fuel efficiency and it's dead reliable. In fact, the iSeeCars remaining lifespan of a 5 years used Insight is 148,885 miles. That's the most of any other car featured today. And since you won't pay the Toyota tax on this one, it's a much better buy than the Prius. The Insight is marginally smaller than the Civic, but the interior dimensions are almost exactly the same, so expect it to be every bit as practical, well-appointed, well-handling as Honda's Commuter King. In fact, they're so similar, Honda's sunset the Insight to make way for a full-on Civic hybrid later this year. The Insight, and we are hit with the cheapest one at 9,800 bucks with 144K, but the second cheapest one, 10,999 with 276,000 miles. It's going all the way and then some. These things don't quit, and they're like a Prius, so I mean, you get incredible fuel mileage. Here's one with 100,000 miles on it for 14,700. So if you can deal with a vehicle that's been discontinued, then this might be your golden ticket, because for the value and the gas mileage, or lack thereof, I mean, you're gonna be hypermiling all day with a smile on your face. Now, if no other car on this list was small enough for you, there's the Honda Fit. It's an ultra-practical, compact hatchback with stellar drive handling. It's the perfect city car tucking into tight spots with ease. Honda maximized its interior space with its magic seats that allow the rear bench to fold up or down in both ways, making the Fit shockingly versatile when it comes to lugging things around. We've definitely had a lot of Hondas on this list, and here is the cheapest Honda Fit that will fit into your budget in the nation. $8,250 with 137,000 miles on it. These things are cheap and they are small, but they pack a big punch. Here's one with 65,000 miles on it for under 12,000 bucks. Yeah, incredible auto sales. You guys are killing it over there. Clean title, let's go. So you can find them. Here's another one with 55,000 miles on it. Again, rebuilt title. Be careful with that. Don't buy a rebuilt title car. You never know what actually happened, and it can cause so many headaches down the line. But Honda Fit, top of the list. This is a great deal. Now for number 1, Chevy, believe it or not, tops the list with the Trax. A typical 2019 Trax resells for $17,274 or less, and typically has 119,833 miles of life left, giving it the best value of the bunch. It's an economy compact SUV, putting down 138 horses to the front wheels from its turbocharged 4-pot. And while it does take over 9 seconds to go from 0 to 60, it also never overstrains itself, which is a big factor given its long lifespan. If you care about value and practicality over luxury and speed, the Trax is the right pick for you. With the rear seats down, it can fit over 18 carry-on suitcases. Its brake performance is best in class, and if you must have certain amenities, 2019 Trax can be found with heated seats and a sunroof. The Chevrolet Trax, the unsung hero. The 2019 Trax here for 7,000 bucks on 100,000 miles. Let's go. That is an incredible value. I didn't even know you could buy cars anymore for 7,000 bucks that are this reliable. As you can see here, prices trend upwards, but not quickly. And so for under 10, all of these vehicles you can buy, which is insane. 91,000 miles for 9,900 bucks. That's a pretty solid deal. 73,000, 9,900. A lot of them out there. And if you want to be on Trax, well, no better car than the Chevy Trax. There you have it. 10 of the best used cars that you can buy this year. Which is your top pick? Let me know in the comments below. And if you need more helpful car buying advice, check out our free brand new car buying workshop down in the first pinned comment. Completely free. You have nothing to lose. Check out these Ideal vids over here. I'm Brad, the Financial Cowboy. This is Ideal. See you next week, and promise me one thing. Keep living the Ideal lifestyle.